Hi, Submarine friends. Well, I'm back to work this morning. It snowed a little last night, but that's okay. It's pretty nice today. So I'm taking the wheels off on this side of the truck now. You can see yesterday I got the deck off. It just makes it a lot easier to work on with the deck off. And I got a bunch of stuff to do, just little stuff, but... And the other thing is I'm thinking about not putting the deck back on, to be honest, because it's very heavy. And weight costs me insurance, because the heavier it is, the more it costs to license, and it takes more fuel, and I don't need a deck. I mean, I could put a wooden deck on this, just enough to carry my weights for the submarine, so it's something I'm thinking about. But what I want to show you is my secret weapon to getting these wheels off, because these bolts are tight. So I have what's called a torque multiplier. I bought it from Vivor. This thing is fantastic. So normally there's no way you could get these off without a giant impact gun, which requires a lot of air, etc. So I just use this thing. You just crank the handle like this. It still takes some effort, but she'll pop. There she goes. So all I do is I break them free like this, and then I switch over to my electric impact gun. That is really, really nice. Without this thing, well, I'd have to build a big cheater bar and you know, like a 6 foot bar kind of a thing. So what I'm doing this morning, I'm gonna get the wheels off, jack her up, and get those brackets bolted on for the springs on this side, and I'll be ready. I can then paint the chassis. I want to paint it because the deck's off, and I'll figure out if I'm going to put the old deck back on. I could at least take it's got a big steel bull board at the front of the deck. I'll bet you that's 500 pounds. I could maybe just take that off. Maybe I could be happy with that. But I just don't want this thing to be super heavy. It's already a heavy truck, and I just don't need it. I don't need all that weight. And the other thing is, when I go to the lake and there's a gravel beach that I have to launch off of, my idea is to carry 1-inch thick plywood. We use 1-inch thick plywood at work all the time when the machines get stuck in sand, because we have a lot of sand around here, and the skid steer just can't travel in sand. So we lay 1-inch plywood down to climb hills, and it works fantastic. So I thought, if I make a deck for this that has 1-inch plywood for the decking material, and it's secured in a way that it can be removed quickly, then I have decking material, plus I have material to put on the ground to back into the water so the truck doesn't sink into the ground. So it's 2 birds with 1 stone. So another thing to think about. You can imagine about all the things I have to think about. It's a lot. So just going to crank this one loose. See, that's not bad. And then from here, the electric impact handles it no problem. And it's not even a fancy one. Not sure if I got this one. I don't think I did. I did have to modify this a bit. I had to grind the corner off of this because it wouldn't fit my rims. But it's well worth the money. I don't remember what I paid. I bought it a couple years ago when I first got the truck. I bought this truck for submarine activities, and I started working on it, and then I let it sit for a year because I was just too busy. And so now I totally need it because the submarine is just so heavy. So what's really nice is I'll be able to just back up to the water. I'll be able to just back up to the water, back the trailer into the water, stop at the edge of the water with the back wheels, and just take the crane and reach it out, lift up the front of the submarine a little bit, just push it right out. Doesn't matter if it's deep enough, because I'll just push it right off. And to load it, I'll just reach out, lift the front so it's on the trailer, drag her on. And I'll put some metal plate on the trailer surface, because metal slides on metal really, really nice. Metal doesn't slide well on wood. In fact, when we do house moving, we put wood pieces between the metal so it doesn't slide. So by putting some metal on the deck, it'll just slide on ever so easy. So I've got these loosened. So now I can get my impact and knock this off. Ciao.